Hello, this is Dr. Kay Sweetser from San Diego State University, and this video is going to walk you through SPSS 3. So in SPSS 3, we're going to actually be running inferential statistics. We're going to run an independent samples t-test, we're going to run a chi-square, and a correlation. So for this particular SPSS assignment, what I want you to do is to go and to find that final file that you had created, Political Party Relationship Survey, Election 2012 Reversed.sav, that you had created in SPSS Assignment 1. If you no longer have this Political Party Relationship Survey Election 2012 Reversed file, then you can go back and redo SPSS 1 in order to create this. Anytime that we start a new SPSS assignment, I like to go in and to do a couple of special things in options. And so I'm going to go edit options, or I'm going to go into my preferences if I am on a PC. Under General, I want you to make sure you have Display Names clicked. Under Viewer, make sure you have Display Commands in the Log clicked. And on Output, in the Outline Labeling and the Pivot Table Labeling, I want you to make sure that you have Names and Labels, Values and Labels, Names and Labels, Values and Labels, and then click Apply. After you click Apply, you can go ahead and close that out. Step number 3 is that I want you to save this data file under a new name. So I'm going to save this data file as last name underscore first name underscore 3.sav. So last name underscore first name underscore 3.sav, and save it someplace that you can find it again. So the first thing I want you to do is to run an independent samples t-test. This is going to look at the difference between two means. So I am going to set up my independent samples t-test by doing analyze and compare means and independent samples t-test. I'm going to pull over the thermometer rating for Barack Obama under test variable, and then I'm going to pull over PID under grouping variable. In grouping variable, I'm going to define it as group 1 is going to be a 1, and group 2 is going to be a 2. So I'm only going to look at groups 1 and 2 here as I look at the mean score of the thermometer rating for President Obama, and then press OK. And then here is my output. Next, of course, as you read this, you're going to want to look at which of the scores mean the most, what your significance is, as well as what your mean differences are in here. At this point, I want you to save this output file as last name underscore first name underscore 3. So this is that output file. Save as last name underscore first name underscore 3.spv. And save this somewhere where you can find it. And it's saved. So now we're ready to go into a chi-square. So with a chi-square, I'm going to determine whether Democrats, Republicans, or Independents, these three groups, which was a nominal variable called PID, are more likely to cross party lines with their vote. So to set up the chi-square, I'm going to do analyze and descriptive statistics, crosstabs. I'm going to find PID again, and I'm going to put PID in rows. I'm going to put vote cross, there's vote cross, in columns. And then in the statistics pop-up menu, I'm going to click chi-square. In the cells pop-up menu, I'm going to click all of these guys. Row, column, and total underneath percentages. Row, column, and total. Press continue, and then I'm going to press OK. And so here is my SPSS output. The first thing I want to do is to look at the significance that comes out of there, and then I need to decide if I care about this as Republicans or Democrats, or how I look at this. All right, next I'm going to do step number 7, which is to save the output file. Now I want to run a correlation. I'm going to run a correlation on the strength of political party affiliation and political information efficacy index. So that's going to be analyze, correlate, bivariate, and I'm going to use PID strength and pi. So I need to find PID strength, there it is, and pi. There it is. And go. And then here I have my p-value and my r-value correlation. And step number 9 is to save the output. So in order to turn this in, you're going to need to print this output file. You can, of course, print 2 pages to 1, and then you're going to need to staple it together. And then on the printout with ink or highlighter, I want you to go ahead and circle the mean score for how the Democrats rated President Obama on the feeling thermometer, and the overall significance for the independent samples t-test, the percentage of the group that is most likely to have their vote cross party lines from the chi-square output, and then the R value for the correlation between the pi and political party strength. And then turn it in. So that was SPSS 3, and it should not take you very long at all.